Hi and welcome. My name is Lotte and this is Made of Yarn podcast. I'm recording from Sweden and I'm so happy that you are visiting me now. So welcome so much. Actually, thank you also, because between my Swedish viewers and you, I have now over 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for that. I will make a giveaway, but not this month. I will take it in November. A little bit because here in Sweden next weekend it will be a big event. Oh, it's a yarn festival. So I think much people perhaps they are so busy, so perhaps they don't even watch me. So I want as many as possible looking at this, be part of the giveaway. I hope it makes sense. I'm sorry. So in November I will take that. I will check my notes. I just recorded in Swedish, as I always make it in Swedish first. And in the middle of everything, the doorbell rang and it was my brother who took a walk, and of course I had to invite him in. So we sat half an hour or so talking, and then I forget what did I talk about, and so I had to check also my notes here. I can talk about what I'm wearing. I don't know if you can see it. We have here, it's in Sweden, a designer. Her name is Josefin Åkerström, sorry. Also called Pillerstickaren. She's a nice designer. She's really nice. She also have a podcast, but it's only in Swedish. But she made for some years now, a couple of years at least, mittens, but now she also started to design sweaters and cardigans. So this one is called, look if you see, it's called spring fling sweater. I should show you the line here. It's a line going down here. It's nice. I knitted it in Rauma finull, Norwegian yarn. For the moment we had 2 days ago we had snow here. Today it's warmer, so now it looks more like autumn again. If you are following me on Instagram, I'm Gjort av garn there. It's the same as Made of Yarn, but in Swedish. I showed a photo of my daughter Amanda, where she lives now, in her where her apartment is. A neighbor put out a basket full of mittens with a note that the neighbor said, "The winter is soon here, please take mittens." And it was such a nice gesture, and also perfect, because my Amanda, when she moved, she had a whole bag of mittens and hats and also other clothes, but the mittens and hats I knitted for her that had been thrown away. So she was so sad she didn't have any mittens. But I'm working on a pair also now. But so now I know some woman in her city is keeping my daughter warm. And also her fiancé, her husband to be, Oliver. Because Oliver also, he asked if I could make him mittens. So I said, of course. But all of a sudden, when it's a new person, I'm so nervous. as if I can't knit at all. I think I knitted about this much 4 or 5 times and ripped it up. No, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. So now I'm working on these for him. So probably, I think they are very big, too big on me, but I will felt them in the machine afterwards. So this is one strand. It's just plain wool. One strand, it's a Swedish wool. I don't know. I think it's Järbo Alpe. Järbo. 100% wool. And this is a unspun yarn from a mill not far from us called Filtmakeriet. So I have one strand of each. And I love, because I don't know if you can see, it's a little bit pink here. So it came because it looks like this from the beginning. So I took it, the gray was inside, and so I guess some pink came from the outside. And I'm working on the pink one for Amanda, but now they are matching. when it's pink in both mittens. It is oh, sorry, I don't have any thumbs yet of Amanda's mittens. It's a free pattern, a Swedish designer called Garn Omera. I will link it because I think it's also in English, actually. Very plain with a, do you call it, it's like a lifeline thumb here. I've changed a little bit in it, but no, mostly it's from that pattern. So now it's gloves, even though it's Socktober, but I'm knitting on socks also. I will show you here. I don't know if you looked at a couple of weeks ago. I had a live here on YouTube during the knitathon that Pia Trans on 50 Fabulous Knits had. Then I showed this sock. Now they are both finished. It's a pattern, free pattern also, called Ladugård. I will link it down under also. You can't really see it that good. It's a double thread. In the pattern, it's just for fingering, but I worked it so it could fit also for a double knit DK weight yarns. So they are finished. And then I also just working for my brother's grandchildren. I finished for Fred 6, they are not blocked, just here, 7 years old Fred. This is the Finnish wool Novita 7 Brothers. And for his bigger brother Edward, I'm working on also on the same Novita, and here I just have 2 fingering weights yarned together. And I made for their little sister also, but they said she already got them in that pink, just plain stockinette socks. But I made some here on the front here. I made a pattern with hearts, so something happened on the sock. So I made almost 4 this month. I've started on the second for Edward. Oh, I have to have some water, I'm sorry. Talking about Daisy, I don't know if you can see here. I showed this last time also. I was working on it. A dress for little Daisy, 3 years old. This is a yarn, a cheaper yarn. It's mostly acrylic in it. And but it's also mohair and wool in it, so it's so soft. I started to make this with a pattern that Lykke Liten, Victoria Snellman, she's a Swedish Finnish designer, made for her daughters, but she made them in cotton and linen yarns, more like a summer dress, and they have bigger sleeves, so I thought it should be a problem with the sleeve, that kind of sleeves during the winter, these times when they have overalls, do we say so, or jackets. So I made just a straight sleeve, and when I was finished, I don't know if you can see how wide it became. So when I should, Swedish, when I should bind it off here, I took 2 at the same time, so I decreased the double at the same time, but it was still too wide. So then I took my crochet hook and knitted 2 together again, so it's more like a tulip shaped up and down. And do you say tulip shape? I think it's like that. It's still wide, but I think it's, I don't know what I'm thinking. I should show you. I made some pearls here also. I knitted it in. So I will put in a short video how I made this. I will make that now. So you see, when you have this pearls with big holes, it's easy to have just a sharp crochet hook and make it like this. My plan was to have it all around, but I was too lazy to do it. And in the back I have some nice, I don't know if you can see it, buttons with birds on. I got from a dear friend in a mail. She's from Belgium, and I saved them for a special project. So here they are. A dress for little Daisy. Glad I have them still here, because mostly I send it away directly so they can use it. Oh, I have to check my notes. Socktober daisies. Oh, I will also, I made a test knit for Tracy Miller from Grocery Girls. I will show photos here. It's for this October, the breast cancer fund, I guess. She has this pattern. It's a hat and a cow. So I made it then for my son's girlfriend, Charlotte. And talking about hats, this girl Charlotte, she sent me a video on Instagram that she saw someone make like a cat hat, so I had to make her one also. So she wanted one in black, and then my son also wanted one. So I have the photo of the black cat is with my daughter Lovisa on, but the green one is Hampus. So now they have cats. They love cats. I have another test knit that I made. I test knitted. We have a Swedish designer, Katarina Lindhagen, called Hagenhuset. Last month, I think I test knitted also a cardigan for her, the granite cardigan, a lovely cardigan. Now she made mittens. They're called Molly mitts. It's about a week until she will release the pattern, but she said it was okay for me to show them here. I knitted this in they are not yet blocked, but in Eastex Camp garn. Really nice yarn. So you can see they are longer. So this is for my daughter Lovisa. I'm glad she forgot them, so I could show them for you here. It's a nice mitten, really nice one, and a fast knit. I'm looking at my notes. I have a friend also named Katarina. She asked this summer if I could mend a cardigan for her. She had a problem with the ribbing was broken. Big holes, so I mended them for her. So I will show you, I will put in a film here soon because I was saying also in the Swedish podcast, sometimes it's we are so many in different levels of knowledge here on YouTube, both we who are podcasters and also we who are watching each other's. Sometimes perhaps someone say, oh, it's what I'm showing, it's too simple for them. But I know also many are newer ones, so we can give each other tip how to make something. I don't know if I made myself clear. I hope if you know already how to do it, you don't have to watch it. But I will put in this movie how I made the mending of it. Here we can see the damage on the sleeve. It was a thin sleeve. Here we have the other sleeve. It wasn't broken, but I mended it. I chose to make a new one anyway. And this was it knitted flat, so it was a seam inside. So I had to think. But then I took, you know, a stitch. Sorry. It's like a V, so you take the right leg of it and you pick it up on the needle. So every right leg, the right side, so to say, on the V stitch. So pick it up all around every stitch, and if it's someone up, over or under, it doesn't matter actually. You will see soon that I also will cut it, but here I will turn this around because it's knitted from down up, but it's no problem to mend it anyway, even though I'm doing it upside down almost. But I'm continuing all around, and so I have the same amount as on the other sleeve. Here you can see the first sleeve, and I also made a sewn bind off, and you can see it's a little loose threads, but it's nothing that will be, it holds up everything. I can sew it in together afterwards, but it's, yeah, I continue in here. Now I have it all around. I checked, so I had this around same stitches as on the other arm, and also there on the side where I had sewn it. Now I take my scissors and I cut the whole thing off, and you don't have to be afraid of it. It's kind of fun, actually. You can take about this one. You can also take it more nearer the edge. It's no problem. It will not unravel. But I chose to, on the video, to make it a little bit wider, or how to say it. So I cut it, and you can fix it afterwards, also cut it more afterwards if you like. Then I took another, I didn't have the same yarn of course, but this was Tines from Latvia, bleached white, but it was almost about the same, a 2-plied yarn. So then I made the first round just in with knit stitches, and then I made 1 + 1 so,
rib. Now I hope it was something to watch for you. Afterwards, she sent me. She asked if I could mend also another sweater for her, cardigan. You can see she have mended it herself here, but it's now the mending part is too big, too thick for it's too fragile around it. So I will make something here also. We have here in Sweden, for sure you know about her, most of you, Sofia Karlsson, also called Sofia's Tales, here on YouTube, and she started now on her podcast to show how she is mending things. So I will do about the same with these ones. It's on both arms here, and the cardigan is so beautiful. Can you see? She didn't make it herself, Katarina, but we talked about the embroidery, how beautiful it is, and that is as beautiful inside also. I said also on the Swedish one, I remember my mother had a friend, when they were alive, of course, talking about, she worked with these things. She was educated, so she said it was so important that it should look about the same inside as outside. For example, if you made a curtain, and it should look from both sides exactly the same. And then when I said that to Katarina, who owned this one, she said when she went in school, she said they got grades after how well they were making this embroidery. So it was so important to do that.
I was never learned to do it. So when it came to embroidery things, it was my mother, but she embroidered so many, what is it called? Things, I don't know. It's not paintings, but you frame them afterwards. So much. So I have some upstairs still, and many of in my family have them also. And a smart thing, one of my sisters-in-law, she took them out of the frame and made pillows from them. And I know men also make project bags from it, so you can see them and use them. And it's a really good idea, actually. I'm checking my notes again. If you've been here before, also you know how I love to try out natural dyes. I made a lot this summer with solar dyeing and ordinary dyeing and so on. And the last month, and this month, a couple of weeks ago, my son and his girlfriend visited her mother, and she live more in the southern of Sweden, and they have acorns there. They don't grow up here. Some tree in here and there, but not as much as down there in Sweden. Sorry. And they picked a lot for me. So sorry. I can put up a photo of 2 yarns. I've over dyed them because I have too much. When I have 2 skeins of the same color, I don't know what to do with them. So I tried to over dye. So I made the result from acorns with them was this one. I like the colors better. And then I'd also throw in just a skein of a white sock yarn. It's Novita Nalle. So I put in the whole thing, even though I know it could be a different color inside, but it doesn't matter for me when it's in but it looks the same. I mean, when it's in a sock, it could be different. How do we call you? They are not stripes, but they are other colors. Doesn't matter to me. I just think it's so fun to experiment. So I have a lot still acorns. So I watched a lot also of videos here on YouTube, and saw them afterwards that you could also dye with the leaves. So if they will visit her mother again in a couple of weeks, so if there still are leaves still there, I will ask if they can pick a bag with leaves and try to dye with them also. It's fun. I love it. Next weekend there will be a big fair in a Stockholm area called och hantverksfestivalen. I'm sorry, I don't know, but it's a big fair. So half of Sweden will come there. My plan was I hoped to go there, but then I went to the dentist. So I suggested when my first visit, it was about 3 cardigans or sweaters quantity in the price, and then I had to have a special toothpaste about the same price. So I can't afford it this month, but I will go to about 30 kilometers from us. I talked a couple of times here. They have a linen fabric there called Växbo Lin. If you haven't seen before, 2 or 3 episodes ago, I showed here in the area before, it called Trolldalen, Troll Valley. I showed some footages and films from the surroundings there, how it was worked some 100 years ago. But this place is some kilometers from that area, and they have this store, and they also send you can visit there. I will link it also. Visit there. They have a website too, so that you can order from them. Oh, it was a long sentence to come to that you can order from them. So that's a fun part also. Even though I show you from Sweden, many times you can't perhaps order to your country. But this is so interesting, and also they talk about they have a special dish cloth that got a prize award for how good it is, and it's really this antibacterial, and it's so good to use. And when it's is overused, you can just throw it on the compost. Perfect. Anyway, I will film there, and perhaps that will be in November, my episode for November, as I also will then have a giveaway. So I will make something, I don't know what yet, but something. So thank you so much for subscribing, and it have some new ones also, so thank you so much for that. So I'm so glad you are taking your time to visit me here and looking on what I have done and my plans and so on. So I wish you the best for this month, and we will see each other hopefully in November. Bye.